All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Silver Spoon, Season 1, Episode 4.
All right.
Hachiken got a pig.
Yeah,
A tiny little
it's not a pet,
pig.
though. Not a pet.
No matter how
pet.
cute it is.
You don't own it.
You are going to eat that thing and chop it up and cook it, and it's going to be
You know,
delicious.
in a year from now. No, 3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
Don't get attached.
Don't get attached at all to
Yep.
pork bowl. Yeah. Because that's the world you're in. You're preparing animals and all other sorts of things for the preparation of consumption.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people got to eat.
It is a noble endeavor.
And we are the dominant species. So everybody else, as far as species goes, gets fucked. So let's accept the food chain for what it is.
Yep.
Y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh, midterms already. Damn. All right. Ah! You're just average. No, you're the best. Okay, cool.
Didn't take any of the individual subjects, but overall, no.
Hachiken bakes pizza. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! Endure.
Yep.
Just struggle on, struggler.
I've been driving these things since I was 6 years old.
Turbo intercooler! Oh! Kono power! So slow! That's great. After all that, 33 kilometers an hour.
Yep.
Humans can run faster than that. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of manufacturing companies in the US that were like that as well, where they originally made stuff for the army and then ended up becoming farming or transportation. Yeah. Maybe it's not about winning.
Self-celebrate. So excited.
Everything? Hector! Whoa, we'll do anything! Oh. Did someone say the magic word? Yeah, we can't have one, no!
Yeah, out in the country and then on farms on top of that.
Oh, what a legend.
Right.
Wow. So many of them haven't ever had a legit
Fresh baked pizza.
Oh.
Are you a sorcerer?
Hey, this is how you become a leader.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Oh, the girls. Oh well. I knew it. I knew it. I was like, my man's about to push those glasses up into his brainal. His brainal? What? I was gonna say his brainial cavity. You know, cranial. Yes. Yeah. Ugh. I short-circuited.
He did too.
Yeah.
You're going in the pizza pork bowl.
Yep. 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 Yep.
野菜ならここの農場で規格外のご自由にって放出してるぞ。マジで？ハウスにトマトもあるからトマトソース作れる。
Oh my God! Yes, recruit them. Recruit these sons of bitches.
Oh yeah, this won't just be a homemade pizza. This will be a good homemade pizza.
Now you're thinking with portals. Yep.
Yep.
You're on this duty. You're on this duty. How many tons? True. Yep. Oh, no way. No way. We gotcha! Yep. Oh my God.
ピザに使えるのか？本読んだらピザにはモッツァレラがいいって。ゴーダの方が日本人の好みに合ってるんだよ。大丈夫。
Thank you for telling the audience that. Yeah. Aren't they all Japanese? Like.
学校の備品を私物化ですか？人間は欲にまみれて。
Yeah, don't try and flash your Buddha.
一番いいチーズください。
The meat and the vegetables. Wow, she's been helping. Yeah.
私もピザ食べたいから何か手伝おうと思って。
Hey.
窓で焼きたいもんね。
最高のピザ何枚でも食わせてやるぞ。直してやるよ。
All right.
お前に馬の世話変わってもらったしな。ありがとうございます。大川さんの分もピザ焼きます。おう、石窯で焼くなら薪いるべ。材料の廃材集めてやろうか。マジで
Oh my gosh. Yep.
その代わり俺にも食わせるよ。
It's like Dr. Stone, he finally found currency. You have laborers. Turn it to an assembly line.
He's still riding the same dang horse. Bruh. Bruh. You're gonna become a vegetarian so fast.
ベーコンあるよ。例のピザ用だろ。販売用の残り取っといたのあるからやるよ。名前つけたんだって、豚丼。ダメっすかね。いや、小豚可愛いもんな。名前つけたくなる気持ち。
Leftover bacon. They just show him a live pig. They're like, yeah, there's your best leftover bacon.
豚丼が肉にされた時食えるかって聞いてんだ。
Yep.
これは3ヶ月前まであいつと同じ小豚だった。あいつもいずれハムやベーコンになる。その時が来た。食えるか？正直その時になってみないとわかんないです。もやもやして答え出ないっす。困る。
It tastes so good. Yeah.
うまいっすよね。困ったことに。ああ、おかわりいるか？
We need a lot for the pizza, though. You can't just be eating toppings.
That was just one of the pieces, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
なんか面白そうなことしてるなって。それに関係ない奴らもいっぱいいるし。
Yeah, yeah.
の連中が嗅ぎつけてきたらしい。白石先生、なんでこんなとこに？元気でやっているかなと思って。
Nice, yeah.
それじゃ先生、また。
Wow, yeah. Yeah.
He's doing okay.
ハラハラしますな。本日はお日柄もよく絶好のピザ焼きになりました。わかったよ。
And then it's just gonna be in for 10 minutes and then out, and in for 10 minutes and then out. That's just more tomatoes.
これは酪農家の吉野さんのご協力で入手しました。これを釜に入れて約5分です。
Oh, they're really thin pizzas, so you got 5 minutes. The smell.
Even though it's only 5 minutes, it's...
Oh my gosh. Yep.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the
salivating
ASMR. Yep.
どうしたの？
Just the quiet sound of everyone enjoying
Silence.
this slice. Ah!
ちょっと何これ？
More! More! Dual wielding!
アスパラは取った瞬間から鮮度がずんずん落ちるからな。スピード勝負だ。
That's asparagus? I don't know.
誰が作ったんですかね。ギク。い
や、
これはビール欲しくなりますね。作りますか、エゾのビール。でも高校でビールを作るってのは。
Who cares? Yeah.
作ってる高校もあるくらいですから。発酵醸造学として授業を。
Just so that they can make the...
Here's how we can make money off of this. Yeah. Oh. Wow. Hey.
やっと一息つけたね。お茶どうぞ。すごく美味しくてすごく楽しかった。ありがとう。
いや、まあ。
Yeah, yeah.
何すんな。うまかった。ストップ、ストップ、ストップ。誰だ牛乳。
What the hell?
エゾのブレンド。飲めるか。
A milk tea? I mean, kinda.
何かにならなきゃいけないという思いに縛られて、どんな人間になりたいかがすっぽり抜けていたように思います。こちらなら何かつかめるのではないかと思って放り込んでみたのですが、正解でしたかな。どうなるかまだまだわかりませんよ。けれど、少なくとも今日は何かをつかめたよ。
Yeah.
はい、諸君。楽しんだ後は片付けですよ。そして後日食料自給についてのレポート提出。良い経験をしたら勉学に生かしましょう。
Oh, the pizza episode.
Yep.
Like, it didn't have any kind of like forced, like
big conflict or whatever.
Yeah, conflict or anything like that.
Yep.
It didn't have any weird advertisements to like Pizza Hut.
Wait, we're seeing pizza in anime that's not from Pizza Hut? What?
If anything, we had an advertisement for KFC. What the fuck?
In the pizza episode, no less. Now, see, it's by comparison. Colonel Sanders is in the trash. We're getting pizza.
Oh my god, we got ourselves some pizza.
Yep.
We got ourselves one of those episodes that, is most often used in a sitcom for the filler, kind of just casual thing. But no, this episode, it's actually a huge character development episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because Hachiken is being a leader. He's taking action. He's wanting to be a specific kind of person who helps out other people. And that doesn't mean necessarily that he has to suffer for it. If anything, no, he's going to directly benefit from this.
Oh yeah, everybody
This isn't some like self, serving fake humility kind of thing. No.
You just gave probably hundreds of people their first experience with fresh pizza.
You gave them a memory that we'll never forget.
Like
that was huge. And the idea that it was on something so innocuous as, okay, we're going to be cleaning the campus as a whole.
Right.
Each prison gets a hectare that they do. I believe a hectare is like what is it, like 16 square acres, I think? It's like something like that.
like it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's ridiculous. But the idea that then he finds, a brick oven, which is like, okay, that's a lot. That's
too big to move for one.
too big, yeah. It's 2.47 acres.
Okay, so 2.5 acres
Yeah.
per person. Which, when you put it that way, one, you understand why the principal could be like, we got a person per hectare. We're gonna be fine, right?
It's not that bad.
It's not that crazy. But at the same time, 2.5 acres per person, right?
But that's probably why they have to do it this way, is because it would take so long to do if you had a cleanup crew of only a tenth of the size of the class and everything. So
there's no way it would work.
Has to be everybody. But this being a moment for Hachiken to not only separate himself out from the pack in terms of something that isn't a competition.
Sure.
This is also something where he's forced to collaborate.
Yes.
He has to see all the ways in which people are better than him at specific things, and rely on them.
I didn't make that connection the first time I saw this, but they
it ties in perfectly with the test
with the tests, right? Where he's disappointed because I got first overall, but I didn't get first in any of the individual subjects. They all beat me at their special thing.
They all have their own thing that they know really well.
Right.
But
and then,
what do you know?
That's actually a really good thing.
That's a really good thing, because then you ended up in a situation where there were multiple deadlocks on certain things that you didn't know anything about, like cheese. Cheese is one where you're like, well, we should be able to just get cheese. And it's like, well, it's expensive. We get a lot of cheese. But also
or timely
yeah, exactly. If you're making it, because it's not just something that you just decide to make, whereas you can just have cold slabs of meat that are just sitting in a freezer and you can just thaw them.
Or make some new ones.
Yeah. But that all being said, if you rely on the other people here, they're going to be like, actually, by the logic of where this place is, there should be some access for cheese because it's going to be made here for the training and stuff. But they wouldn't just throw that away, they would save it. But if they're going to save it, they have to have a special storage room. If they have a special storage room, then it should be over here. But if it's over here, where is it? Because the floor plan doesn't make sense for it. That son of a bitch. We're going to stalk him one night.
He's just been like secretly using the equipment to make his own special collection of cheese for 20 years.
For a long time.
He just goes in there sometimes just to look at it.
And he's like,
it's just makes me happy.
Gouda.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, but that was a very fun little combination of things here. But we're also seeing ways in which his desire to serve other people, not just to showcase that he
can do things
that he can do things, but to showcase a little bit that he kind of needs validation from other people in order to feel kind of worthy a little bit.
Almost like something maybe that he didn't get from his parents or something like that.
Possibly. So then the fact that this leads to a lot of validation is kind of the catharsis that he needs, even though it kind of came a little easy because this all just really worked out super well.
It came a little easy, but at the same time, it came from a place that he did not pursue.
Sure.
Originally, he did not. He was not the person who had the idea, like, we should make pizza. He was just like, you can make pizza in this thing. And then suddenly everybody's like, so
we volunteer you as tribute.
Right, exactly.
Make us pizza.
Yep.
It has to be you because you know what it tastes like.
Right, we don't know.
I've only had frozen pizza on Christmas. What?
I'm
just so sad. Like, imagine your life growing up. You've never had pizza. And the one time that you did have pizza, it was a frozen take and bake pizza. And you had it on Christmas, where it was like this very special thing.
But to be fair, in Japan, they have KFC on Christmas.
I don't care.
But
I don't care.
Yeah.
Fried chicken is amazing.
Yeah.
But when you've had a pizza, not like
there was
mod
a seduction
pizza.
that happens when you get like
a really proper,
really good
like
pizza.
a New York style or Chicago style.
Oh yeah,
pizza.
right. Say nothing about deep dish, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole other, But like, and it's fresh.
Oh, and it's just
not delivered or anything, right?
Yeah.
Like it is.
Oh my gosh.
It makes you feel a certain
Makes
way.
you feel a certain way. It's true.
And so the idea that it's like, oh yeah, suddenly he finds himself in this situation where, even though he's sort of like, I don't like this. This is different. I'm doing all the things that I would have never wanted to do. Of like, wait, I already have a club. Why would I want to do something outside of club and regular school activities? And that sounds like madness.
Yeah.
But pizza. And you know what? I do want to give them pizza.
You know what's something that's really special about this? This reminded me of something that I very much have a heart for, is making pizza, in this instance for Hachiken, reminded me what it feels like to DM in D&D.
Oh.
I don't know why in its entirety, but I know a chunk of it is that it's that
I could already see it.
Yeah, it's that you're basically preparing an experience for people, and while you're going to take of the experience, 90% of it is going to be given away.
Yes.
And they're not really working for it either. They kind of, if anything, maybe prep a little bit of an ingredient here or there.
Yep. It all gets mixed together into the experience.
Yeah.
And I could DM. You could DM.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same thing as well, where everyone suddenly is like, you'll do that for us.
Hachiken will DM. Suddenly he's got 16 groups and he's like,
Fucking Ichiro reveals that he's like the biggest nerd of all of them, pulls out like his character ideas and is like, so I've got this idea for a paladin ranger. I know it shouldn't work, but I've figured out a way.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't, because like that's DMing, Hachiken making pizza. Very different, things. But as far as the energy of it, I totally get it. Like, and it's something where Hachiken could take, like, okay, because food is all of these people's expertise, right?
Right.
Like, they live it, they breathe it, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And yet him, the outsider, the kid that doesn't really know anything, even though he can be a good student and study up and all that stuff, he can give them an experience with regards to the thing that is a lot of their passions, vocations, etc. Right. That's something that is unique and new. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's beautiful.
But it's not quite enough to sacrifice pork bowl for.
No, not quite enough. And it's also not enough to have the girl suddenly be like, oh, I'm interested in him all of a sudden. But it did.
It's a pretty cool thing you did.
Aki did kind of have two different specific times where she one-on-one kind of went to you and was like, hey, I'm going to do my part, Yep. And it wasn't out of some like, oh, I'm not being helpful. It was just like no, what you're doing is pretty cool. And I want to do my best to help and stuff.
She didn't even tell you that she was going to be cleaning up the place. She just went and started doing it because it's like, all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, I love a slow burn something. If we go anywhere in that direction, that's great. Make it let it slow cook. Let's put that in the oven for a full 2 cours.
Let it grow before you chop it up.
I will select the pieces that I need later. Yes. I very much loved the gag of the business management, Tamako,
yes.
going and just being like, I've done the numbers. like I remember one day I was trying to convince a boss of mine that shoot, I'm trying to remember what it was. He needed a business car for trips and stuff.
And you were trying
and I was trying to convince him to get a Tesla because of the lack of gas prices and how expensive gas was at the time. And I did the math for him. I was like, hey, this will pay off for you in about 6.5 years. And then you'll be saving money. And he's like, okay, but I'm still spending a lot of money out the gate. I'm like, no. But if you do it on a monthly basis, here, you're actually spending, not as much. And it just is this funny thing where he was like, so how much time did this take you? I'm like, no work time. I swear. I did this on my lunch break. I did this on my lunch break. He's like, okay, good. Like you're not spending work hours trying to do the numbers for me.
Yeah.
So funny. He didn't end up doing it, but his kid did. So
Nice.
it was funny. Other thing just found was really funny. It was that the adults all came around and had their moment of being like, hey, this is something cool, so we're going to participate for sure.
Yeah.
But we're going to obviously do nothing to subvert the desires of the students in doing this, which I felt was rather good, but also to the point where the guy from the old school came over.
Yeah, that was great.
And talked to the principal a bit about, whether he made the right decision. He's like, well, time will tell. We'll see, I like the direction things are going thus far, but I love any time that adults in stories are reasonable. Obviously, we have our Buddha goofy character.
Hey. Cheese is a serious thing, right? They just rated his stores.
Of all the ingredients on the pizza that they had here, which was the one that made you just kind of be like, oh, yeah, I would love to have... Like, was it the cheese? Like,
it was the cheese. Because, like, mozzarella is a fantastic cheese. I adore mozzarella. Mm-hmm. But weirdly enough, though, I like mozzarella a lot more when it's fresh rather than when it's actually melted.
Oh,
but
nice.
Gouda, if you have never had, like... melted fancy cheese, and Gouda is a great one for that because it's very like soft and stuff. It melts very nicely.
Yes. Sharper cheese doesn't as much.
Right. It is an experience. It is an experience. So like seeing the way that the cheese was just super soft and gooey and everything, it's like that's probably around how Gouda would be, right? But like with that much of it, holy shit. Like,
so for me, I'm bummed that they didn't really go into this as much, but I wanted to know what the process was going to be for the crust. Because when they picked up the crust, it had just enough hold that it didn't like collapse immediately. But he kind of pushed his hands a little bit to it, and it kind of folded just so nicely. It had like this kind of texture to it.
Yeah.
And that just made me like... like I'm a bread enjoyer, so like whenever I see like good pie crust, good the just artisanal artisan bread and everything, it just makes me go. And so the fact that this was like homemade crust in that regard,
and the crust wasn't problematic because the crust can be very difficult to do right because you can get into situations where it's like
especially if it's thin,
if it's thin, but the fact that it was a stone oven probably helped
a lot. Yes.
And I mean
very even distributed heat source.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact that like cuz okay, with pizza, half of the fun is how you eat it. It's not just that you eat it and that it's fresh and hot and all that stuff. It's like, okay, do you roll it up? Do you do the fold thing? Do you take two pieces of pizza, lay them on top of each other so that now it's like a
sandwich?
Yeah, sandwich. Like there's so many different ways to do it.
Are you a heathen that uses a fork?
Yeah. Or do you like to two-hand it, right?
Like to dual wield.
Yeah, dual wielding pizza. Like, yes, that is a very specific pleasure.
I think that rolling is a bit intense, but I think that the fold back is actually a really good one.
Yeah.
Because the crust is actually like potentially one of the best parts if you have a good pizza, but I think that cheese in the crust is the quintessential, like if you get good cheese in good crust, not cheap cheese and cheap crust, then cheese in the crust is wasted. But if you get good cheese in the crust, that is like...
right, and so folding the pizza is kind of...
So folding it gives you that kind of experience of that.
Yep. It's fantastic.
So, like...
I'm very hungry now.
I
Even though I ate recently.
I ate recently, so I'm pretty much good. But that was something that definitely reminded me, like, of my favorite pizza places as well.
Yes.
Like places where it's you're getting like a very simple, straightforward pizza here.
But it's good.
But it's like, it's perfect.
Especially with the crust. If you can have a pizza that has a really good crust like that. Because the ingredients, they'll, they won't be too different by and large. But like, crust is good.
Crust is one of the first areas, at least in the U.S., where if you're not going to a decent, like, mom and pop place, that's where the corners are going to get cut.
Yeah, like the thing that everybody talks about with Little Caesars is that it's like cardboard because of the crust, not because
that's
of the toppings or whatever.
Pizza. Yeah, exactly.
But oh man,
oh my god, But yeah, homemade pizza is amazing.
And you did good, Hachiken. You really did.
You really did good.
Like, you fed an entire fucking small village.
And even though they could eat like 5,000 calories a day each, probably, you didn't make probably enough pizza, you know?
Oh, yeah, right. Like,
you could never have enough pizza.
This oven could theoretically be going all day with like a dedicated crew that's just churning out pizzas.
And people would still be hungry afterwards.
And people would still be hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But that being said, this might have started a new wave of something in the school that is almost more interesting than this event itself.
Yeah, because then people start asking questions. Where'd you get the cheese? Right? Well, you're going to get us more, right?
Or it just changes the scope of the way that they run things to where they have an event-based calendar for a lot of the student-based activities.
Yeah.
Where it's not just okay, you do this club, and then you stop. It's okay, so we'll build all of the activities around the idea of these events that launch things in this specific direction.
Sure.
It's we can have something where all the clubs get together and, put on something that's not for their club specifically,
right,
but about how they all come together and make something that they all contribute to.
It feels very similar to the whole situation of clean up the whole school grounds, but we're going to have some real good barbecue after, right? Where it's hey, there you go. Now you've got pizza that you can add to the mix.
And we didn't even get to see that barbecue. Boo.
That's right.
Tried to see if we would forget, but I don't forget. I don't forget meat is God. Nobody can forget that.
Nope.
But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. So you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out my Persona 5 Roll Let's Play on Twitch. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.